Before 2017, if you baked something at home like cookies, you couldn't legally sell them in Wisconsin.
Well, a judge's ruling changed that, and last month another judge expanded what homemade foods can be sold.
WEAU's Maria Blau has more on the lawsuit and what it could mean for area entrepreneurs.
Danielle and Alex, a few years ago, one Eau Claire family bought a coffee bean roaster, hoping to start a small business. Then they found out that's a product if you made at home, you can't sell in Wisconsin. A new court ruling is changing that. Part of the process of taking a coffee bean and turning it into your daily cup of joe is roasting it. A bean that looks like this turns into this.
We started roasting about 3-4 years ago just to kind of get a feel for it and see what we thought of it.
Becca Simpson from Eau Claire has a passion for coffee and hopes to one day open her own coffee shop. Her first step, learning how to roast. After buying the equipment to get started, Simpson found out it wasn't legal to sell her finished product.
It was kind of disheartening because we had already bought the roaster, not really realizing that we weren't allowed to do it. A lot of other states can do it or could do it.
With a full-time job and raising 2 kids, Simpson says she didn't have the time to make the investment into a full-scale business worth it. By roasting at home, her goal was to start small and grow according to her schedule.
With this, we'll be able to, fit it in. We can do late nights here at home. We can do weekends by ourselves. We're not constrained to a certain time period, and we don't have to, put out a bunch of money to set up a full facility of some sort.
Thanks to a ruling late last month, Simpson now can share her roasted coffee beans with the community. The change comes after one group has been working for a decade to make foods made at home legal to sell in the Badger State.
Our thought was cookies aren't hazardous. They're baked. They use ingredients that are shelf stable once they're baked at 350 for 15 minutes. And so this was all about selling face to face things that we knew were not dangerous once they were baked.
Chris Marion from Lafayette County is one of the plaintiffs in the first ruling in 2017 that made it possible to sell goods like cookies. She was also part of the latest legal challenge, which added things like roasted coffee beans to the list. Marion says growing Wisconsin's cottage industry is good for the local economy.
That was kind of the origin of this, trying to create more robust farm market offerings and also help small farmers and medium-scale farmers with their bottom line.
While she's not a farmer, for Simpson, this ruling means she can share her passion for coffee with more people. To be covered by the ruling, these homemade items must be sold directly to the customer. The Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection has until mid-February to decide whether it will appeal the decision.